Welcome to this channel. Please don't forget to like this video, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel if you are watching for very first time. Or you may press the notification button so that you'll be able to access our video whenever we upload. Mr. Chinedu, thank God we have here. Donald Trump said that the both countries, Israel and Iran, has agreed to cease fire, and he said within 24 hours we are going to see the total ceasefire. But let's first of all discuss about what's happening during this war. The strike of United States of America, the strike of Iran to Israel, the strike of Israel to Iran. All these things, what do you think is bring this sudden, action and reaction?
It's responsibility. One have to take responsibility of his convictions and his faith and his religion, or what he believed in. That is what is triggering what we are seeing today. Israel has to accept responsibility, and Iran has to accept responsibility. America too have to accept responsibility. So we need to see superior responsibility on all this, and that's what everybody, the whole world have just witnessed in just a few days from now. And we can't talk about the crisis without talking about October 7, where Hamas, Hezbollah, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, thousands, many groups invaded the Israeli communities and disallowed over 5,000 Israelis. And that was what triggered this, what we are seeing today. So people like Fani Kayode should always go to the root of the matter and understand where this thing is coming from. There was a provocation in the first place, and Israel cannot stay and watch a nation that has been threatening her existence to wipe it out of the earth completely, to have nuclear weapon. And that is what the responsibility I'm talking about. Iran takes responsibility, Israel takes responsibility, United States of America under Donald Trump takes responsibility, and that is what we are seeing today. Well, the ceasefire, but if Donald Trump is talking about ceasefire, I don't know how Benjamin Netanyahu is going to react to that. Because I know that a group that is working on the ground to see how the both parties are going to ceasefire. But the man in Israel, I don't think, if you have not achieved this war aim on Iran particularly, he will not take any ceasefire instruction from Donald Trump.
What do you think Benjamin Netanyahu will still want to achieve in this war in Iran that he has not achieved? Because he has eliminated some generals, and the bottom of the problem, the genesis of the problem, which is nuclear weapon, the site has been destroyed by United States of America. What else do you think Benjamin Netanyahu may still want to achieve in Iran?
I think that for now, Israel need to increase on her intelligence, because they need to actually find out whether that Fado nuclear plant that was destroyed by B-2 Spirit seed bomber from United States of America, whether they were able to move some nuclear facilities before bomb actually landed there, which is also another threat. And secondly, Iran has thousands of missile launchers, almost every nook and cranny
of that place
in Iran. Almost every nook and cranny. Israel budgeted for 2,500 Iron drone in case, but it has gone beyond that. So Israel need to continue, even though Israeli government, IDF, Israeli Defense Forces, has come out to make it very clearly that they were able to destroy half of Iran missile, air-to-surface missile, already, and the campaign will continue. The military campaign will continue on Iran until the end. I think that was the picture we are getting, and you can see everybody is looking forward to utmost tranquility in the Middle East currently now, and it is achievable. Unfortunately for Iran, let me put it that way, the man he overthrew to take over power, I think in the late 80s or thereabout, the son of that man now is preparing for a regime change in Iran. the Shia group. They call them the Shia group, you know, and where this man actually overthrew and has been in power since that time till date.
Ayatollah.
So, yes, and we are going to see how that is going to be possible already. And we have not seen the man killed or disalive, even though there were reports by CIA agents and FBI that every possibility that Ayatollah, Khomeini might have been killed by Israeli bombardment, but that has not been substantiated yet. It has not gained a global report and confirmation yet. But there was speculation giving the man's non-appearance or instructions, or maybe possibly he's being kept incommunicado in a cave inside the rock, and that's what it is. But the world is starting to see why Donald Trump is actually calling for a ceasefire, because we are going to see high rise in oil prices. We are going to see inflation. We are going to see, infringement in free trade, especially the use of Iranian territorial waters to access the global world. Iran is in a strategic geographical location, that helps the commercialization of the world. And I think on that angle, the world leaders are looking at how they are going to bring that issue of a ceasefire to final conclusion, and that is what it is.
Now, let's come to Nigeria. Why do you think every time Israel and Iran have issue, the northern part of Nigeria usually rise in support of Iran? Before we cut the cropping, we have seen some of them show solidarity to Ayatollah Khomeini. Where we have our own issue here, about 200 people were killed in Benue. We don't see these people coming out to protest, but any movement in that area, you see them react in the northern part of Nigeria.
We have to disintegrate Nigeria. That's a very important thing to say, and allow people to, have a firm control of what they believe in. That's why Iran today, that they took responsibility. They believe this is what they are and who they are, and they take responsibility of whatever that comes to them. As simple as that. So if the Northerners are being allowed to carry out their own whatever campaign or culture or region or religion they believe in, that is okay for them, so be it, so that they can stay on their own. As simple as that. And
we have rest here.
And we have peace. So what is this thing that it must be Nigeria, it must be togetherness, it must be in unity, and Nigerians are dying? Can Bola Ahmed Tinubu just jettison whatever ties he have with these people and break Nigeria if he's been threatened 2027? Can he just do that? I don't see how many times we are seeing this kind of conflict in the Middle East, and we are seeing the Igbo people, particularly the Biafrans, particularly, right, carrying the Israeli flag, trying to attack anybody just because there was an atmosphere of chaos somewhere else around the world. So how would you justify living with such people always together? That's the question for everyone out there to continue to invest, because as you are seeing it currently now, there is protest everywhere in the north against Israel.
Against Israel, in support of Iran.
In support of Iran. And the government position too seems to favor Iran. So you can see it clearly, and it's very dangerous as at now, because every move every nation is making, Israel is taking note, whether they like it or not.
Are we going to say that this is one of the reasons America gives instruction for its own citizens to not do anything around Nigeria military base? Can we say this is the reason?
Israel is very, US is very conscious, Israel is very conscious, and they know the target. When they are talking about this, don't be deceived. Nigerians should not be deceived that the United States of America and the world does not know what is happening in Nigeria, does not know the killing that is happening in Nigeria, does not know about Biafra, does not know about Nnamdi Kanu. Anybody that's telling you that is just deceiving you. They know what is happening, they know the actors, they know the players. The day it will happen, it will be like the day Israel were able to take down 21 generals, including their scientists in Iran. That is what it is. They're seeing
as
it.
dangerous as that.
Yes, they're seeing them. They're seeing the major players. To them, they can never learn any lesson.
Well, federal government has responded to this the instruction that the Abuja is safe and one of the
yes,
safest cities
they will continue to say
world.
that was what we saw in Iran. Iran was bragging, nobody can do this. But by the time they disabled their airspace, you can see how porous they became. So everybody can make mouth at the end of the day, you know. Even 18 hours flight from United States of America to Iran, to Fado, a nuclear plant, until it went down the ashes, turned to ashes. Iran never knew that B-2 Spirit was there in the Iranian airspace. So we need to understand. And up till now, we have not been able to feed ourselves. People have gone far, people are sophisticated enough, people are traveling to into the good, but with the resources Nigeria have, they cannot be able to feed themselves. Biafra must stand. Nigeria must break up because we cannot continue to be taken backward on daily basis under the fraternity, useless darkness fraternity of unity. That's absolutely rubbish. And the world knows. Biafra is coming. But nobody, I can tell you, the Igbo nation, the Biafran nation is not joking about it. And it's the reality that the world must come to understand because alliances, the Middle East politics has changed. That's the message. America is shutting down whatever they have with Nigeria. Israel is shutting down with whatever they have with Nigeria. The bilateral and diplomatic international diplomacy between Nigeria and other countries of the world has finally collapsed. Where that space the way, whether Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to return to 2027 or not, that will be something to leave for many Nigerians to decide.
Finally, before we go, I want you to look at this, a nation that is a bit confused during the war. I'm talking about Russia. You know, we talk about, where do you think Russia will
Russia
go?
have come out clearly, they say they are not going anywhere. After that, most Israelis are Russians.
In fact, Putin said Israel is almost a Russian-speaking country. More than 2 million Russian and Israeli.
So that's what I'm telling you, these people, they share intelligence. You don't know who is who. They spy each other and they protect each other. And they know that, in the issue of non-proliferation of nuclear weapon agenda, Iran has no right to enrich uranium up to that degree of nuclear war armament. Russia will not be happy. France will not be happy. And you can see, collectively, all of them have shut down Iran. And that is the beginning of regime change in Iran. They believe that China will come. They believe that with World War 20, World War 3, now, somebody is tweeting that America remains. The whole nation is saying that America remains the superpower until possibly Jesus comes.
Before we go, do you think the strike that Iran makes to America base in Qatar is what make America to say, okay, let's reach this fire, or America just feel like that one is
I think quite unnecessary and has no effect. That's Donald Trump reacting to that. Quite unnecessary and has no effect.
The strike doesn't have effect. It's inconsequential.
Yeah, that was Trump responded with, and that's where the young man
what the deed has been done.
Of course, the main thing is just to make sure that they don't have it and they will not have it.
Thank you very much.